What's going on, Raider Nation? And welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique. I am your host, Raider Riot Gun. And yes, this is your pregame review for Week 11 versus the Cincinnati Bengals at home. I know that I normally do a pregame with the Tecmo Super Bowl, but let's be honest, man. I blew the Bengals out so bad that I believed that we actually needed an actual pregame review because I don't believe that we're going to blow the Bengals out like that. I would like to hope that we are, but I don't think we're going to do it like that, man. We're not going to blow them out of the water like I did on the Tecmo Super Bowl 2021 edition. So, respectively, and the reason why I do believe that this video needs to be talked about is because on a website that I looked at, we are respectively the 16th ranked defense in the league, and the Bengals are 18th. So I do believe that this is going to wind up being a shootout. Man, this is a must-win game for both teams because we are definitely sitting. Both of us are sitting in contention to make the playoffs, but both of us have lost our last two games in a row. So pop on over here, and we're going to go ahead and look, even the points right here from the matchup predictions, 49.7 to the Bengals, 49.9 to the Raiders. I did get to make a few backdrops around here. I want to do some player comparisons as well, along with some team comparisons, and just talk about this game alone. So, for the team stats, which I'm having to scroll down here and kind of look at all this, the Bengals offense is putting up 26.2 points per game. The Raiders are putting up 23.3 points per game. Points allowed per game is 22.6 for the Bengals, and we are giving up a 25.6 points per game. Total yards passing. Yards passing for the Bengals is 284. The Raiders are 314. Yards rushing, 97.1 for the Bengals, 85 for the Raiders, just flat even. Total yards, 381 for the Bengals, 399 for the Raiders. Now, when we go over here and we take a look at some player comparisons, which I did get that done too. Player comparisons, man. Derek Carr, he is 235 out of 347 attempts for 2,826 yards, 15 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Joe Burrow is 195 completions out of 286 attempts, 2,497 yards, 20 touchdowns, and he's leading the league in interceptions with 11. Rushing, this is a big one. Joe Mixon, 150 carries, 636 yards, 7 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 80 carries, which is not very many, for 296 yards and 5 touchdowns. Receiving, well, ever since we lost Henry Ruggs, now Hunter Renfrow is our leading receiver with 52 receptions, 494 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And then they have Mr. Chase over here for the Bengals, 44 receptions, 835 yards, 7 touchdowns. So, I also want to go and take a look at the injury report. This is what we have for the injury report. Now, during my video with the oh, look, I think they actually updated it. Yeah, they did, because what I'm looking at right now, they actually updated it. So, you guys are going to have to excuse this backdrop. I just made it, but they've already updated it on ESPN. For the Cincinnati Bengals, Vernon Hargreaves, the third, cornerback, he's out. Fred Johnson, offensive tackle, he's out. Trenton Irwin, wide receiver, he's out. Tyler Shelvin, which is actually listed on your screen, he is out. And Arden Tate went from questionable to out. For the Raiders, Nick Kwiatkowski is out. Malcolm Kuntz is out. Keyshawn Nixon is out. Jalen Richard is out. And so is Kendall Vickers. I'm going to actually go ahead and look at the full injury report. I want to see if they actually changed it on me, because they obviously did change it on me after I made this backdrop. I literally made this backdrop 10 minutes ago. And ESPN just decides, oh, hey, there's an hour left before the game. You know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and change it up. Well, that actually didn't help me, because now it's telling me all the damn teams and all their injury reports. Okay. Let's see. What am I missing here? What am I missing? Well, it doesn't look like I'm missing anything, actually. So, when we look at this game, bro, we're both 5-4. All right? Our defenses are actually respectable defenses this year. We've had 2 downhill slides in the last 2 games. The Raiders looking absolutely terrible on offense, and the defense giving up over 405 yards passing to old Patty Mahomes over there last week against the Chiefs. At least we're playing at home, although I really don't feel like that playing in Vegas is actually a home game, because they're letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry from every other team come in and fill the stands in our stadium, making it even harder for us to win, and also making it harder for us to even have a home field advantage. As a football team, as this football team is, man, we have really got to buckle down. We've got a lot of problems. We've had a lot of off-the-field incidents that have really taken the morale of this team and shut it down. We are not the favorite in this game, at least from what ESPN says. We are not the favorite. We are a +2, and the money line is +110. So if you feel that the Raiders are going to win this game, I would go ahead and bet on the Raiders, because the payday is going to be absolutely phenomenal if you win. And if we win, man, and you bet on the Raiders, hey, more money in your pocket, more power to you, baby. So, I mean, literally, guys, it's kind of crazy that our defense has given up 243.1 pass yards and 129.1 rush yards on average per game. And we're going up against Joe Mixon. And Joe Mixon's no joke. I just gave you his stats. I basically, we're going to have to stop the run this game. Now, we haven't been able to stop the run all year. All right, not only do we have to worry about stopping the pass and hopefully picking this guy off and getting dudes like Nate Hobbs some interceptions and Casey Hayward some interceptions. Maybe Jonathan Abram can catch an interception as well and lay some wood while he's at it. Trayvon Moehrig, man, hey, he's been absolutely wonderful this year. He is a bright spot on this defense, along with Ngakoue, Crosby, Denzel Perryman. We've got the tools on defense, but it just doesn't show in the stats. The Bengals are giving up 275.8 pass yards, and they're giving up 100.9 rush yards per game. Man, we need Josh Jacobs to show up today. We need our running backs to show up today. We need to stop with this predictable play calling. We got to get out of the cover 3 on defense and start playing some man-to-man. There's a lot of differences to this team. What we see now compared to what we saw the first 3-4 weeks of the season. This is a winnable game for us, but our morale is down. So I can hope, and I can only hope, that the Raiders are going to show up today. The Raiders that we saw who beat the Ravens. The Raiders that we saw who beat the Steelers. These are the Raiders that we need. We do not need to see the Raiders from last week, because we were completely dominated on both sides of the ball by the Chiefs. And we basically made them look like the Super Bowl contender that everybody believed they were supposed to be at the beginning of the season. Although their record does not reflect it. But if we win this game, we are 6-4. And We're hoping that the Chargers and the Chiefs lose today. The Chiefs got the Cowboys. If they go ahead and go down, we will finally be back in first place. And this is what we need, Raider Nation. This is what we need. We need the Chiefs to choke, and we need the Chargers to choke. And it's very possible with the teams that they are playing. I can't recall who the Los Angeles Chargers are playing this week, but I hope they take an L to where we can at least work ourselves back to the top of the division. Raider Nation, this has been a really rough year. When it comes to John Gruden, and when it comes to Henry Ruggs, and when it comes to Damon Arnett, and Rich Bisaccia taking over this team, it's been an absolute roller coaster. This team, we don't know who they are. I mean, we hear a lot of people saying that we're different. You hear Derek Carr saying we're different. We hear Q Myers talking about how we're different. But man, I ain't seen a difference. Now, the good thing about this is that the Bengals are terrible coming off the bye week, just like we are, and we are scratching and clawing to work our way back up to the top of the AFC West. I'm not going to make any promises, man. I am not going to make any promises at all, because with both of us being 5-4, both of us having top 20 defenses, and our offenses have been struggling, we do have to worry about the passing game of the Bengals, because they literally have 3 number 1 wide receivers. Their wide receivers are no joke. And our secondary is that, even though they've been better, they haven't been as good in the past, they are better this year. So we definitely need to stop the pass. And my God, can we please stop the run? We need to be able to stop the run. Now, I understand that we don't like to blitz. Gus Bradley doesn't like to blitz all the time. But we need to start throwing some blitzes in here. We need to start mixing it up. I would like to see, not only our defensive ends and our defensive line getting into the backfield, but I want to see some of our linebackers getting in the backfield too. I want to see some corner blitzes. I want to see some safety blitzes. I want to see a little bit of difference from this defense and this defensive play calling scheme that Gus Bradley is using. I also would like to see Mariota in the game. I would like to see Mariota get a little bit more. Now, they were saying, there's a rumor going out, which was, everybody's been calling it fake news, that Mariota has been taking half the snaps in practice this week. I would actually like to see a little bit more of Mariota, especially if Derek Carr is as rattled as we've seen the past 2 weeks, because to me, Derek Carr just seems to have mentally checked out. He's had guys like me just coming in here and harping on him and calling them assholes and saying that maybe that we have dumped way too much time into this quarterback. I would love for him to come in here and prove me wrong. I have been a huge Derek Carr supporter. I've been for him. There's times where I've been against him, but I take up for him more often than not, because I remember of all the bullshit quarterbacks we've had in the past. It's really sad how this has worked out. Derek Carr, man, we need a stellar game from you. Now, I think we've been riding too much on Derek Carr, because our run game is non-existent, and our offensive line cannot seem to open up the holes for the run game to get going. And this is a problem. Dudes like Richie Incognito, who've been basically sitting on the bench, he sitting there with an injury. Yeah, he's not making very much money. He took a pay cut to come in here, but you know what? That's still dead money that we could use. Now, we've signed another speedy wide receiver. He was off of the Los Angeles Chargers. He's got a 4.35 40 time. He's real fast. I can't remember his name. I'm hoping that we see a lot from him. I'm hoping that he plays today. We need a lot more out of Deshaun Jackson, who just came onto the team, who had that 38-yard reception where he fumbled the ball and completely changed the whole momentum of that Chiefs game. We've got a lot to cover here, and with the speed that we're bringing in, with the speed that we're bringing in with Jackson and that dude from the Los Angeles Chargers, we should be able to open up the middle of the field to get the ball to Waller and Renfro. That's what we need to do. We also need to see more screen passes out of this team in opportune situations. Don't just run a screen pass on first down, just to try to appease the Raider Nation. Run it at the opportune time. I've not ever been a Greg Olsen fan. I don't think Greg Olsen is a very good offensive coordinator, even though Stuart Schwaggart will absolutely disagree with me. And he does. If you guys go on Graphic Raiders channel, bro, when I'm in there, and I've only been in there once, Stu does not really like, to have Greg Olsen called out. And I am the number one critique of Greg Olsen because I remember Derek Carr's rookie year. It wasn't very good, and Greg Olsen was the offensive coordinator. I really do wish we had Musgrave back. And, and who would have ever thought that Todd Downing would have actually became a really good offensive coordinator? He's over there operating the Tennessee's offense right now, and they're doing real well even without Derrick Henry. So, it is what it is. I do think that this game is going to be close. It's definitely not going to be the blowout that we saw on my Tecmo Super Bowl prediction. I'm calling for a 24-21 win against these Bengals. That's basically what I'm calling for, and that's what I would like to see. I would like to see a hard-fought defensive game. And our defense to hold these guys under 21 points, come away with a couple interceptions, a few turnovers, and make sure that we isolate Nixon and those three badass wide receivers they have. That's the only way we win this game. The keys to this game is 1, stop the run. Number 2, make Joe Burrow uncomfortable. And number 3, offense has got to step up. We cannot start off slow, and we've got to finish strong. We are completely consistent at being inconsistent. I've said it before, and I'll probably be saying it again within the near future. If this team does not wind up pulling their heads out, they need to focus on football. And that was exactly what I was talking about in my rant video for the post-game review on Week 10. We've got to play the game of football the way it is designed to be played. We have to have the right play calling, and we've definitely got to stop these assholes on defense. So anyway, that's all I got, Raider Nation, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the content. I hope you guys are coming in, watching the videos. Do not forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more content from this channel. I do not ask for your money. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to kind of just, have some content to watch before the game. Now, of course, there's a lot of guys out there like Graphic Raider and Spotlight Raiders Talk and Raiders Fan Radio. There's quite a few cats out there. Sanjeet, Samoan Raider. We're definitely missing Mikey, you know what I mean? But we've definitely got enough content creators out there who are coming in and putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely putting in the work, and, they're giving us plenty of content, but I would like to be a part of that and give you guys more content to watch, more of a show like this that is basically made after On Air Nation and Raiders Central from Mikey. I want to thank Mikey for giving me these wonderful ideas. And, with Mikey being gone off of YouTube, I figured that there still needed to be a show like his on YouTube for every one of us to enjoy. Now, I don't enjoy hearing myself talk all the time, but, maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys don't. I don't know, but I can tell you this. If it wasn't for Mikey, this channel would not exist. If it wasn't for you guys and girls of the Raider Nation, this channel would not exist. And if it wasn't for the love of this football team, this channel would not exist. This is the Raider Critique, man. This is the place where we don't drink the corporate Kool-Aid. We are here for the Raider Nation. It is all for the Raider Nation. And trust me, man, I appreciate every single solitary one of you who come in here and check out the content. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I got to go to my homeboy Scream's house, man. That's where I'm going to go watch the game today. And hopefully we can come out on top with a W. And hopefully we can see the Chiefs and the Chokers lose to where we can take our spot at number 1 in the AFC West. So until next time, Raider Nation, which happens to be, it'll probably be tomorrow when I do a post-game review depending on how bad we play. Until next time, it's Raider Nation for life.